Hello, welcome to Sky Bite Size with me, Dan Cox. Gonna look ahead to Gameweek 17. Fixtures are coming through pretty thick and fast. So looking ahead to this weekend, I'll quickly go ahead over the games Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of this week again. See if I still think the same on captains and stuff like that. But same as usual. Look at the fixtures. Look at the transfers in and out over the weekend since Friday. A quick look at the percentage of the top 1,000 owned teams, and then go through your questions and anything else that pops up in between. So we'll just get on screen there. Just got Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursday fixtures. So Tuesday night's games: Newcastle v Norwich, Leeds v Palace. Said before, I think most people have owned Rafinha or Conor Gallagher anyway. So between one of those for captain, I've only got Gallagher, so he's my captain. Can't imagine too many people have anyone from Newcastle, Norwich. So yeah, say you got a decision to make if you've got both Rafinha or Gallagher. But as long as you have got both, even if the one you captain does rubbish and the other one scores a couple of goals, you're only losing half the points, so it's not the end of the world. So I wouldn't really sweat that too much. Plenty of games on Wednesday. I was looking at, so the Wolves Burnley game kicks off at 7:30, and the Villa Man City game kicks off at 8:15. So you will have 15 minutes before the Wolves Burnley game kicks off to check the Man City lineup if you want to have someone there as captain. Don't know. Seen some stuff today. Is always a bit of a worry whether Salah will get a rest or but you'll get to see the lineup. So if you are thinking you're going to have Salah, at least have a backup plan in case he's not starting. Same again with Vardy. I think Rodgers has come out like someone's been putting some quotes out that he, because of his age, he can't play midweek and weekends and stuff. So if you have Vardy, he might not play. But again, we see the lineup so you can check. But I think I said before, Salah will be mine, or a Man City defender, or a Chelsea defender. I think that's pretty much it for me. Wednesday, Thursday, if you've got Harry Kane, home to Brentford, going to be the one. He's had a bit of a rest after the weekend. Games getting called off against Burnley, which is annoying for owners. Just typical in it. Some say he might have only just got 2 points, but I like to think he'd got a hat-trick against Burnley, so we'll never know. And then Manchester United v Arsenal. If you've got Ronaldo, or I don't know, if you've got Aubameyang, still people might be holding him, but Kane for me, and hopefully he'll get back amongst the goals. Looking ahead then to game week 17, so this is Saturday's fixtures: West Ham v Chelsea, the lunchtime kickoff. Again, if you want to go for a Chelsea defender, see if they're starting. Wolves versus Liverpool, Salah again. There's then Southampton, Brighton, Newcastle, Burnley. Not going to be popular games for a captaincy pick. And then Watford v Man City, the late kickoff. Again, if you want a Man City defender, but obviously you don't see the lineup for that. So as always, it's a little bit of a risk, but not too much. But again, I can't really see past Salah or Chelsea defender perhaps. But that's me. Let's get on to Sundays. So again, Kane, Spurs v Norwich, first game. You get to see the lineup. If you've got Ronaldo, Manchester United at home to Palace, if he's starting, be interesting to see if he is in there or what's going on. 2 o'clock again, Leeds versus Brentford. 4:30, Villa versus Leicester. If you have got Vardy, perhaps, but I think, despite his form, I think most people will be on Kane. And then the Monday one is the tricky one: Everton v Arsenal. Some people don't have anyone in place. Some people are looking at bringing someone in. What have you got from Everton? Decore, possibly. Allen, he got both bonus at the weekend, tackles and passing. Arsenal, few options really. Ben White, who I did have and got rid of, he's been sort of racking up the clean sheets and getting passing every now and then. I know he got it against Newcastle at the weekend, but everyone does against Newcastle. Smith, Rowe, an option. Saka did go off injured, so maybe one to monitor. Or if you have got Aubameyang, see if he can. What's he got? 5 points in his last 4 games or something like that. So, but I've had him and got rid of him, so he typically probably score a couple of goals in that. But you could just skip the night as well. If you don't really want an Arsenal or Everton player in your team going forward, it's always an option. Just got on a screen here the transfers in. So this is since Friday, so I've gone back 3 days, recording this on Monday night because it's a busy week with quite a lot of football. I don't really know when to do it. So anyway, I pulled up from the last 3 days. So the most transferred player in is Bernardo Silva, 2-pointer at the weekend, typical. So just under 10,000 teams. Reece James is second most in, 8,000 teams. Conor Gallagher into 5,500 teams. Cancelo into 5,000 teams. And Trent into 4,478. Yeah, no real surprises. They've all been doing great. Typical that you bring in your Chelsea defenders and they don't keep a clean sheet. But yeah, no real surprises. Gallagher's ownership's going up all the time, as is Cancelo. Reece James obviously would have gone up. People getting rid of Chilwell, just going straight to him. Where was he? Alonso, quite down on this list, only into 1,700 teams, since Friday. Thought that would have been more. Has been brought into a lot of the top 1,000 teams. We'll get onto that with the ownership. Not many too surprising things there. Rafinha gone into 3,400. At a point where a lot of people are considering getting rid of him because the fixtures get tougher and people are bringing him in. So not sure that would have been for me. Jota's been brought into over 2,000 teams, so he did well for them at the weekend. Couple of goals. Rodri ticking along nicely, brought into over 2,000 teams. Vardy 1,800, obviously great result for them at the weekend with the goals he got Sunday. Hopefully he'll play midweek for you. But yeah, nothing else too surprising. Again, you can get all these stats at ffstuff.co.uk. Head over there, brilliant site. Frank does a great job. So yeah, nothing really too surprising, unsurprising there really. Apart from Rafinha, maybe I don't feel is a bit. I find a bit odd. People are bringing him in. Transfers out over the same period. So since last Friday, Damari Gray at 10,000 teams. Supposed to be out for ages, and he came on, didn't he? So don't know what was going on there, but everyone shipped him out. Yeah, say his form had dropped off or whatever, and are struggling. So if you have got rid, and he's played, don't feel too bad because I don't think you want to be holding on to him longer term, and there are better picks for the money and stuff like that. He is 7.8 million, so you can. I prefer a Declan Rice and stuff like that. So that's him. Ben Chilwell, obviously the injury guttering for people that had him out of over 8,500 teams. Sarr from Watford out of 8,000 teams, injured. Again, it started off great, but the points have dried up, and I don't know how long he's going to be out for now, but yeah, I can see why he's had to go. Foden, disappointing. I don't think he started for 3 or 4 games now, but he came in, did brilliantly. People brought him in and now have to get rid. Just unlucky that. Tielemans with the injury at 3,600 teams. Again, nothing really too surprising there. Grealish, again, not started off okay, but not really been doing it for the money at 9 million. Shane Duffy out of the Brighton team. Yeah, got to go. Antonio, people getting fed up. He's gone out of nearly 2,000 teams. Livramento's gone out of a fair few there, 1,600. Maybe people have found a bit of money to go up from Livramento to Alonso, possibly. Harry Kane at 1,400. Christensen at 1,000. It's so frustrating owning them. I've had Christensen and Azpilicueta, and I just can't be dealing with it now. Just so annoying when they don't play. So I'd just rather avoid all that. But yeah, nothing too unsurprising there. But again, head to FF Stuff if you want to check all these out. Just have a quick look at the ownership of the top 1,000 teams. So Salah, 99.8%. Cancelo, 95%. Gallagher, 93%. Makes it an 8-man game really with those 3 in there. Everyone's got them. Then Rudiger, 80%. Rafinha, 79%. I think that's going to drop soon. Harry Kane, 59%. Gutted for owners really that the Burnley game was off. I was hoping he was going to get amongst the goals, but he's got a couple of great games now, so if you do own him, I'm going to captain him in both, hope for a few goals. If you don't own him, it is a great chance to bring him in on Thursday after someone's played on the Tuesday or Wednesday, so it's a good hop on point. Mendy, Chelsea goalkeeper, 58%. Going to have to got a decision to make there really when he goes to AFCON, who to move him on to. Reece James creeping ever up now, 39%. Ruben Diaz, 36%. Livramento said he's out of a few, but he's still in 29%. Trent and Van Dijk in 29 and 28%. Alonso had gone up from, I forget what he was in, really low. well, I don't think he was in point one or point. He was in hardly any teams. Now he's in 26.9%. So he was a popular move in on Sunday. Again, typical. They don't keep the clean sheet, but I think Chelsea are going to keep a fair few clean sheets, and he's got chances of getting attack and returns as well. Sarr, the Wolves goalkeeper, still in 20%. Whether people are going to hold on to him or move him on to Ramsdale or someone like that if they need a captaincy. And my probably one of my most frustrating players in Buemo, 16%. We're all hanging on for his brace against Watford for the single game day. Vardy, 15%. Whether that's people that already had him and his goals have fired him into the top 1,000, but yeah, they've done well. And that's it really for that. I've got on screen here FF Stuff Match Centre. If you're not on this on a weekend, you need to be. It's just brilliant as he shows up here, all the passing bonus, tackle bonus, shots bonus, everything you need to know all in one place. So I can't fault it. It's just amazing, that site. So I got up the Man City match card here against West Ham. That was annoying, that Lanzini last minute goal, wiping out all them clean sheets, but what can you do, But you can see there all the Man City defence got tier 2 passing, booking for Cancelo. Laporte's now banned for midweek, so if you own him, that's a game you're going to miss, but it's only one. Rodri, passing bonus, tackle bonus. Bernardo Silva, heavily brought in, 3 passes away from getting passing bonus. But no, I just love it. I got that on screen, but I was looking through some of the other match cards. So Brentford keeper Fernandes, 12-pointer yesterday, clean sheet, tier 2 saves. And Buemo, same game, useless. Even got a yellow card for time wasting. Just can't wait to get rid of him. As I mentioned, Allen, he got tackle and passing bonus. Vardy, 2 goals, tier 2 shots bonus. Maddison, he done great yesterday. Goal, 2 assists, shots bonus, man of the match. Rice again got tackle bonus, tier 1. As I said, Rodri, tier 2 passes and tier 1 tackles. David De Gea, tier 2 saves. He does like a save. Sa of Wolves, tier 1 saves, clean sheet. Probably unlucky not to get man of the match. That went to Gilmore, who people had him, got rid of him. Now he's back in the team, so it could be an option if you need some money. He's cheap, I think he's 6.9. Dunk, tier 1 passing against Leeds. Rafinha, same game, tier 1 tackles. Gay, I think we're going to pronounce him a Palace. Goal, again, tier 2 passes, has been great. It's a bit of a worry though with Palace because Anderson's out now, so they're not as solid without him. Gallagher, tier 2 tackles again. He's just such a great pick. I'd just leave him in all season, injury permitting. Jota, if you'd had him for Liverpool, 2 goals, man of the match. Who else? Van Dijk, goal, tier 1 passing. He was the only player, for Liverpool defence that got pass and bonus. But he's been chipping along nicely. That was mainly it, really. But again, if you FF stuff on a match day, it's brilliant to see all this, and you can see where the points are coming in, and sort of find out the regular players who are getting bonus and stuff like that. Really does help with you. You see Rice there with a tackle bonus, and he's a great pick. So you need to head over there and have a look at that. Sky did update the transfers last Friday eventually. So this is the average remainder transfers. The top 10 has got 16.9. That's come down again. So that was up to about 25 or so. So obviously someone's gone back in there who's a bit lower on the transfers and stuff. I still think there's a few teams up there with quite a few transfers, and I think there's one or two teams with not very many that are dragging that down. But I think that that's got potential to go up again. Top 100 is 24.8. Top 1,000 is 25.9, and top 5,000 is 23.8. I think, aim to be, I'd say between the 5,000 and the 100. If you've got 23, 24, 25, it's about right, really. Anything less, you need to slow down a little bit. I feel myself. I got like 28, so 28 in one, 27 in the other, so above average on those. Just need to turn them transfers into points, get myself a bit higher on the leaderboard. Right, I had loads of questions, so again, I'm just going to read them off my phone rather than load them up because it just takes ages. So keep it quick production-wise and, length of the show-wise as well. So start off here with Hornet. Is Christensen to Antonio either on Wednesday or Saturday, depending on Christensen's next benching, be a good or long-term move? The Norwich home fixture looks a real good captaincy on a tricky day and fixtures turn soon. I'll just get the FF stuff grid up. So Chelsea have got some good games, but it's just the problem with Christensen, and it plays one, don't play two. It's just that is frustrating. Antonio, he hasn't really been doing anything of late, to be honest, but I do remember when he scored 4 against Norwich. So yeah, they do play on Saturday, 18th of December. Could be a captaincy option. I would say, yeah, probably Christensen needs to go. I'd see if he's in the lineup Wednesday or Saturday. You can see if he's starting first. But yeah, I would say move him on. Not 100% sure Antonio's the answer, but if you're sick of that Chelsea rotation, then yeah, I think Christensen's got to go. Peter Brown, what's upset you this week? We'll maybe get onto that later. Robert writes, is Antonio still worth having? I don't know, Jens. I don't know. He started off all right, but he hadn't really done anything of late. You can see on the fixture, Brighton, Chelsea, Burnley, Arsenal, then Norwich. Not for me, to be honest. I don't think I'll be looking to bring him in. If you had him, you could hold him for the, if you want to captain him against Norwich. But no, I don't think so. When the defenders you got like Reece James and Alonso and stuff like that, I think that you're probably better off putting the money into defence. Paul, Sky player in FPL, has the 3 forward line strategy for December now been scrapped, with most managers who are advocating for the idea seemingly deviating away from it the nearer it's getting. Always said this with that, if you want to have Salah, Ronaldo, Kane, as long as they're banging in the goals, you're all right. If you want to have the 5 defenders that are sort of steadier with the points, but only takes, as if you're the captain Vardy on Sunday, only takes one of them strikers to hit a hat-trick, and that sort of wipes away all them points the defenders have been getting. So, I'll probably do it in one team and stick to the 5 defence in the other, and sort of hedge my bets that way. My teams are similar-ish points, so it doesn't really matter. If I had to commit to one, I probably wouldn't go for the 3 up top, but obviously it saves transfers, but depends how you're feeling. If you think Kane, Ronaldo, all these sort of ones are going to actually start firing some goals in. Jay, hey Dan, have you still got Sa in goal? I'm getting rid of him after Wednesday. I'm torn between Ramsdale or De Gea. What would you do? So yeah, if you haven't got any Arsenal players, Wolves, play Burnley on the Wednesday, so you could then ship them out for Ramsdale or De Gea both on the Thursday, get the extra game. But if you go for Ramsdale, that'll cover you off for the Arsenal-Everton game if you want a captain for that. Just looking at the fixtures there, so Arsenal have then got Manchester United, obviously not great. Everton, Southampton, West Ham, Leeds, yeah, they're okay. Manchester United, Arsenal, Palace, Norwich, Brentford, then Brighton. So I'd say Man U have got the better games. Can they keep any clean sheets? Not so sure. De Gea does get plenty of saves though, but Ramsdale has been in great form. I think it would swing if you wanted a cover for that Arsenal Everton game, you haven't got anyone, then Ramsdale, and he's a bit cheaper. He's been in great form. So whichever really, I think a lot of people probably go for Ramsdale, to be honest, to cover that captaincy off, because I don't think there's really anyone else from Arsenal you're going to want too much, to be honest. Right, find some more questions. Phantom Mantle. Will I be looking to bring Antonio in next week, or are you too concerned by his injury history in the packed December schedule? Yeah, not for me. He's not in my plans, but I can see the appeal if you want him against Norwich. But no, not for me. Andy Francis, with Lukaku working his way back into fitness, do you think it could be worth looking at 3 big hitters up front and now rotating between him, Ronaldo, Kane and Salah? Yeah, just looking at the Chelsea games there, Watford, West Ham, Leeds, Everton, good games. After watching Werner, they could do with Lukaku being back. So, I don't know. I had Lukaku earlier in the season before he got injured. He weren't really doing anything for me, and I was sort of a bit relieved when he got injured that I could get rid of him. So, again, he's probably not on my radar till he comes back and then starts scoring. But again, if you think he's going to come back and scoring, and you think all these strikers are going to start banging in goals, then yeah, just rotate them front 3. But I think for me, I'll stick with my 5 defenders and just have Salah and Kane or something like that. Kane to Ronaldo, something like that. Yeah, just I'm not sold on the 3 strikers at the moment. Nima, he kept Foden in one of his teams through the last match. At this stage, should I just keep him, already have double Chelsea defence, Cancelo, Trent, Gallagher, Rice. Only feasible replacement would be Højbjerg in for his current team structure. Yeah, I think that's a fair shout. Højbjerg is steady with the bonus. Don't really know what's going on with Foden and the injuries. Again, you could check. Well, they play Man City play on Wednesday, don't they? So yeah, you could just put Højbjerg in for the Thursday game, and even if Foden does play on Wednesday or not, just move him on. But yeah, I think it's probably going to be a steadier stream of points going for Højbjerg now. Tom Sky FF, would you get rid of Rafinha for the bad run in December? Coincides with the Arsenal Everton single, so provides a good off point if needed. Yeah, like I said, Leeds got some trickier games coming up. I think they have been struggling, to be honest. So you can see on the FF stuff grid here. So they've got Palace, then Brentford, then Chelsea, Man City, Arsenal. So yeah, not great. I know they're saying Bamford's coming back and stuff, but yeah, I don't know But like Tom's saying, if you got no one for that Arsenal Everton, you want to move him onto Smith Rowe or someone like that, you could do. I just don't know how desperate you are to cover that Everton Arsenal game. Neem was then saying he's looking at Rafinha to Smith Rowe after the game on the 5th. Yeah, it works. If you think Smith Rowe's a good pick, then yes for you. But yeah, I don't know really. I haven't got Rafinha, so I can't really think of it like that. It's harder for me to think of. I don't know if I'd be tempted to keep him with Bamford coming back, but they have got trickier games. He's always dangerous, and he has a non-owner. Terrified watching Leeds with him. So, yeah, I don't know really. I don't know if I'd get rid of him, to be honest, to say if Bamford's going to be back. And even at the weekend, he got tackle bonus, didn't he? So, I don't know. Depends how much you want to cover Arsenal Everton. Gordon Bell, he's asking, he's gone to triple Chelsea defence, Mendy, Rudiger and James. At some point he'll have to lose Mendy as he's off to the AFCON. When would you say it's best to jump off him and to who to? Is it mad to be considering having De Gea from Thursday night? No, I think, he is good for saves. They think they have got some good games coming up. Manchester United, I say they haven't been great for clean sheets. Again, if you even got anyone for that Arsenal Everton game, you fancy Ramsdale, you could jump onto him. For the Monday, but whoever really. But yeah, I think Mendy will have to go. Don't want to have a player missing games, do you? So yeah, either or. I think they're both good shouts. Just depends what you want to do. Hacking, he's got 7.6 million spare. My attack is Salah, Son, and Antonio. What changes would you make? Don't like Son myself. Salah, Son, and Antonio. I don't know. I'd possibly look at moving Antonio onto, if you can get to Reece James or something like that. If you don't own, hard to say about seeing the team. Never sold on Son in Sky. I can see why people have him in FPL, but I'd always have Kane, even though it's been terrible. But no, it's hard to say. But I think I would take out Antonio for a defender. And Son, I just don't know whether you'd move him on after the Brentford Norwich game to someone else, or I don't know really. But yeah, obviously Salah's fine. Yeah, it depends if you looking at defenders or Lukaku, Ronaldo, someone like that. It depends how much money. Oh, he's got quite a bit spare. Yeah, I don't know, mate. It's hard without seeing your team, to be honest. But I think I would move Antonio on myself. Benny Blanco, he's got Salah and can move Antonio onto any other forward, but for who? They all seem useless. Ronaldo, Kane, or Josh King. See, Benny had a bit of a touch, so he was going to bring in Kane the other week, but couldn't get any signal. So he hasn't. I would bring in Kane still. I'd bring him in on the Thursday. You hadn't had him while he hadn't been scoring. Just be typical, he's now going to... People could bring him in on Thursday. It's a good entry point, and then he'll get a brace in each of their 2 games, and you'll be laughing sort of thing. And everyone else like me who's held him for weeks on end will be like, I've been wanting them goals, and you just come in and nick him as well. So, yeah, I think go for Kane myself. I know his form hasn't been brilliant, but you can't get 2 better games than Brentford and Norwich at home, can you? So, let's hope for some points. Rich is saying as well, I wish I never put Kane in. As soon as I get rid, he's going to score a hat-trick. Have I still got him? Yes, I've still got him. Going to keep faith for Brentford and Norwich. Don't do anything in them. then he's going. I don't know, not sure if I do anything mad like move him on to Aubameyang or something like that, but just sick of it really. He's got to get some goals in them. I say, so annoyed with that Burnley game. I don't know when that Burnley game's going to go in. Some people think it might be before the overhaul. Not so sure how the fixtures work, so I don't know. But yeah, I stick with him for the next two at least, and let's hope for some goals. Julian Wardle, what's the thoughts on holding Kane all the way through to the overhaul, given the doubts around Ronaldo, Lukaku, Salah to the AFCON? Kane won't be rotated. He said here about the rearranged fixture possibly for the third week in Jan, which not sure about. Might depend on the League Cup. I'm no fixture expert, like that's Ian Parron's sort of thing, but I don't think it's going to be. But we'll have to keep an eye on it. But yeah, you could keep Kane. You know, if Salah's going to be off to AFCON and Ronaldo obviously got benched at the weekend. People don't know how he's going to fit in with Ragnak, do they, and stuff like that. So yeah, there's a case to keep him through. You know, form hasn't been great, but you know, I would say it can't get any worse, but it might not improve. So who knows? Ron Mintz at SkyFF, weighing up Rafinha replacements. Would you rather own Rodri or Jorginho? Rodri, love Rodri. Just 5 points every game pretty much. At the weekend he got tackles as well. Did get a goal last week, but you know, we don't do that very often, so can't rely on those. But yeah, Rodri's slow and steady. Brian Packham, is there a case to captain Rudiger or Cancelo over Salah on Wednesday, and if so, which one? Should I just play it safe, given that he's ranked inside the top 100 and his ownership is so high? And what do you expect most of the top 100 to do? I'll put a poll up again. It's tricky with this. I was trying to make the point to James Planet FPL, but I don't think he was quite getting it. So if you're in the top 100, then you can sort of play it safe because you are doing well up there. So, you know, what if I put the poll up? You could just go for the one that's leading that and be safe in the knowledge that, you know, you're with the crowd. But, you know, if you are ranked 3, 4, 5,000, stuff like that, like, I don't think there's much point in going for the, you know, the captain everyone's going to pick, because you're not going to make any ground up, are you? So, depends what you want to achieve. If you're in mini leagues, you just want to beat your mates, or if you actually want to win the whole thing, like you can be safe, go with the crowd, but at some point you do have to do some things different. That's why I went for Kane captain last week instead of Cancelo. When you see that Leeds team, you know, you think you could get a couple of goals in that or something, but weren't to be. So I don't know. I would say Salah against Everton if he starts. Everton have been terrible, haven't they? I know it was a derby, so it's a bit trickier, but yeah, I don't know. Honestly, Wednesday's fixtures, that is. I think Salah will probably be the most picked captain, but depending on team sheets. So yeah, say if just go with that, and you'll stay in the top 100. But you have to do things slightly different to get up there. So it's however you want to play it. Going back to Peter's question, what's annoyed me this week? I always get asked this. I did put it on Twitter, but I get annoyed. Like, everyone in Norwich seems to have a beard and a skin fade, right? So I just go for the barbers, just have like short back and sides. Just I'm like at that age where that's just the haircut. I can't get away with skin fade, but I want to go in the barber's haircut and end up waiting there for about an hour because everyone goes in. You know, it's like a don't know, makeup room or like Lord of the Rings or Game of Thrones or something. Everyone's in there with long hair and beards, and they all want a beard trim and a skin fade, and it takes forever. So that annoys me. I just wish there was a, you know, when you go to Tesco's, like you just have a, you know, basket checkout which is quicker. It should just be someone like who just cuts people who just want a number 3 short back and size or something. So that annoys me. Tottenham game getting called off was annoying, especially owning Kane. I know people are worse off because they got Højbjerg as well and stuff like that. Jorginho not controlling that. Hoof up forward by Fernandes was annoying. Obviously wiped out me everyone's Chelsea clean sheet. That was annoying. It was annoying when you're then watching it and he scores the pen and the commentators are saying like he's redeemed himself. Well, he ain't redeemed himself because he's, you know, I ain't got them clean sheet points back. So yeah, that was it really. FF stuff. He does all the great stuff. He had a bit of a result. He forgot to captain Salah on Saturday and got away with only losing 5 points. Benny Blanco was mentioned. He went to bring in Kane a few weeks ago, but couldn't get a signal because he was up the mountain. So he's done all right out of that. I say you can still bring him in and hopefully get some points on Thursday and stuff. But yeah, no, that's it. Nothing real too much to moan about, to be honest. Apart from a team being about 1,000th, that's not good. But hopefully we'll manage to get that up in the next few weeks. Again, as always, thanks for your questions. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you find this helpful, and you know, hope you enjoy. But again, thanks for tuning in. I don't know when I'll be back. Probably do one end of the week or something like that, maybe, or I might do one early part of next week. I'm not really sure. It's so chock block with fixtures, that is tough. So but again, thanks for tuning in, and catch you next week.